I started selling on Takealot the beginning of 2023, and within 10 months, I had already scaled it to R1 million. So I had already made sales of R1 million within 10 months. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my story, how I was able to do that, how much I started with, and also which product I was selling, how much I made in my first month, and how I was able to scale it within just 10 months to make R1 million. Let me start with my story and how I actually got myself on Takealot. It was an accident. I never knew there was anything like Takealot all my life until I got this desire to be able to work from home and also to be able to work online. For the longest time, I did not know how anyone can make money online genuinely. And so I got that desire within me to know how to make money online. But at the same time, I did not know how to go about it. So I went into research. I started researching on what to do, and I came across Amazon. So I learned about Amazon, and by the time Amazon South Africa was not available, so I started a store in Amazon the US, and I was hoping to start selling on Amazon. So I took a lot of time to do research to know how to sell on Amazon, how to ship products from China to the Amazon warehouse, basically everything that I needed to know on how to sell on Amazon. But within no time, I learned about Takealot, and I was shocked that it was just here in South Africa. And I just applied. And as you may have known, I don't reside in South Africa. I do reside in Botswana, but South Africa is closer than the US. So that was a better opportunity for me. And so I started now researching. By the way, if you know about Amazon, you basically know about Takealot, and you actually know a lot. Like, for example, recently is when I only saw that the barcode have been introduced on Takealot. They have always been there on Amazon, you know what I mean? Like, basically, what is on Amazon is what is being brought on Takealot. So because I had done a lot of research about Amazon, it became so easy for me to understand Takealot. So I went ahead and applied on Takealot, and yeah, it took me long to be accepted. But I there was a lot of back and forth, especially because I'm not in the country. A lot of learning for me to do, and eventually I was accepted. My number one reason why Takealot is successful for me is because I found a purpose, and it was God-led. If you find me saying anything I did, I want you to replace it with God did it. God helped me to get into that area, because I count it a miracle how I ventured into that. Remember, like I mentioned, I have always wanted to work from home, and I actually do. This is an answered prayer. And you know what is nice about God is that He has a way of making us successful and allowing us to celebrate as if we did it for ourselves. Yeah. When you see me celebrating as if I did it for myself, remember, I did not do it. He did it for me. So anyway, so I started selling now on Takealot. That is in the month of Feb of 2023. So first of all, I was importing products from China to South Africa. So my first consignment, how I actually did it, is I bought products and took them directly to South Africa from China. And I went to South Africa. I did the 1, 2, 3 packaging and all that, and finished and sent them to Takealot. It was a flop. I can tell you it was a flop. Let me tell you, one of the main mistakes that I did is that I purchased a lot of products together, products that I had not tested. But I'm not regretting, because that was the learning curve for me. And like I mentioned, I will tell you how much I made. Within my first month, I made 8,000 rands, which was good. But the profit, there was nothing. Because I remember I actually decided to go to China Square, and I went to Good Hope Mall. I purchased some products, and I took them to Takealot, and the profit, because everyone is doing that, so the profit was about R1. So it was very difficult when I was starting, and so I had to re-strategize, and I thank God. I was praying about it that I may get a solution out of it. I only got my first sale on the 15th of May after having been approved as a seller on Takealot in February. So it took me almost 3 months for me to make a first sale. Of course, there was a lot of back and forth and ups and down in my process, but that's how long it took me. These are the factors that I can attribute my success to. My number one factor is finding a purpose in what you're doing. Like I mentioned, anything that I say I did, it was God-led. This is God-led. That is number one. Number two is research. Like, I can tell you the amount of time I spent on research. Remember, I was hoping to sell, or rather, my plan was to sell on Amazon and not Takealot. And we know with Amazon, with 4,000 people enrolling to sell on Amazon every single day, it clearly tells you there is massive competition. So I learned a lot on what to do when it comes to selling on Amazon. So imagine, I spent a lot of hours, hundreds of hours, researching on how to sell on Amazon, eventually which I used on how to sell on Takealot. That is why I even find some of the things coming right now, they are very easy to me. Like, I've already gone through that with Amazon. Let me give you an example. I went for the Seller Summit of 2023. When I went for the summit, and I could see when I was asking other sellers or asking questions, I could clearly see that in terms of the research I have done, I was far ahead of so many sellers in terms of the reasoning and the responses that we were getting. And so I'm not bragging, but the truth is, I spent a lot of time on research, and this is something I would encourage anyone who wants to start selling on Takealot. Please don't think it is on silver platter. You're gonna have to take a lot of time with research. You're gonna have to read books. You're gonna have to feed on YouTube. And there's a lot of information on YouTube. Please take your time, read on YouTube, learn before you start anything, before you start selling. You're not going to find yourself in spaces where you're saying that you cannot, you're in the same spaces with those people who are starting with you. You're going to be in a very different space as long as you start on the right foot. That is research. If you forget anything, don't forget to research. Take your time. It's better for you to start later. It's better for you to start later than to find yourself being so discouraged after not making so good profit, or maybe after starting and it becomes difficult and you cannot do. Take your time. Learn. And then after you've learned, it's gonna be easier going forward. Number three, support system. And this one I would combine with having strategy. Let me tell you, for someone to be able to make a revenue of 600,000 in a month, most likely they have spent up to 300,000 in terms of stock. It is very possible. So for you to be able to be in a space where you are able to have 300,000 in terms of cash flows for you to sell, it takes a lot. It's not, when you see someone saying that they have sold 1 million per month or 2 million per month, it means like almost 1 million is cash that they are giving to suppliers. So in this case, what I mean is you need to have a good strategy. If you are planning to be sourcing products locally, you need to have very good relationships with suppliers there, so that you can have very good credits with them. And if you're planning like me to import from China, then you need a lot of cash. Personally, I have had to do a lot of borrowing. Yes, I have had to do a lot of borrowing, and it's quite expensive. And in this case, it comes with interest. And so when I tell you about 1 million, it doesn't mean that that is the money that I have. I don't have that money. Don't come for me. I don't have the money. But it's just to encourage you that it's doable. But I've had to do a lot of borrowing. But it's because I could see the potential in the business. Yes, it was able to pay all those bills, like all the people that I was borrowing. The trajectory in which the business was taking, it could clearly tell me that it could be able to pay. So it's, there's bad debt, like there's bad credit. Ensure that you don't find yourself in bad credit. But borrowing for me will be part of your journey, especially if you do not come from, all the muscle, you don't have all the financial muscles. But for me to scale, so those are the two things: either you have very good credit rating or credit with your suppliers, or you're able to borrow. For me, I was able to borrow within my family, within my friends, and I was giving them at an interest. And yeah, that is how I was able to scale. And the most important part of this is to be able to know the timing. The timing. Like I mentioned, Q4 is your best bet, because you can make a lot of money in December. Like, you can make triple in December what you have been selling the whole year. It's very possible. So having good timing, like ensuring that, say, from September, October, November, December, you don't lack stock, you have enough stock, will help you boost your business to like heights that you cannot believe. And yes, it is very possible, it is very doable. If me, who is in Botswana, is able to do that, and I have a lot of my limitations, I believe anyone can do it. I don't take this video as a way of saying that it's easy. No, it's not all that easy. If you're able to get maybe someone to mentor you, please go for them. I've seen nice people online who are mentoring people on how to sell on Takealot. I can tell you, I fed on their information for me to get there. Please take your time and learn from them, and I believe you're gonna have a testimony. I hope this inspires you for you to start selling on Takealot. Yes, it is doable. It is a good business, in as much as it comes with its own challenges. Yes, it is doable. And the most advantage, the thing I love about it, I work from home. That was my prayer. I work from home. That was my prayer, and that is a prayer. And so I hope this encourages you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.